Thursday, everybody. NVDA earnings yesterday was a beat, and stock is up 5.33%. You can see it closed around, let me zoom in a bit. Closed around here, around 134, just below 135, and it's already opening around 142 right now. So around 5.3% pump. So it's looking good. And that's driving the market higher. Actually, we had a nice pump after NVIDIA earnings. We had a pump on S&P 500, 2% pump, went to the green sell zone, sorry, red sell zone, and now it's coming back to green buy zone. So very nice trade. Even if you're trading futures, this is amazing chart. You can see Nasdaq futures, same story, went to the red sell zone, now coming back to neutral zone, and maybe it's going to start to take a bit here. If for some reason comes to 21,453, look to buy again here. And let's see how things are going. And this is Dow Jones, very weak, but again, it's in the buy zone here. And then Russell is also coming to the buy zone. Bitcoin also came to the green buy area and now bounced after that. NVIDIA earnings and now coming back to green, coming back to middle neutral zone. We'll keep an eye on all these indices. Let's take a look at longer term chart. Guys, please hit the like button. Only takes 1 second to hit the thumbs up button. I really appreciate that. And this is S&P 500 MES chart. You can see point of control is developed here just below 6,000 and now it's here. So let's see if they can find any sellers here, or if they don't, then it's probably going to go up back to 5,900 around 6,000. Okay, so we'll keep an eye. There's also a point of control here around 5966. So we'll keep an eye on this and see how things are developing here. In terms of, let me show you another chart, which is the extended range for this year. So we are here above neutral white line. So best case, I'm looking for 64.36 by end of this year. Worst case, we could come back to this green buy zone, which is below 55.61. And there's also a couple of gaps to fill as well. So we'll keep an eye on it and see which way market will go. Also, we'll keep an eye on RSI. So if it gets closer to this red area, that will be a good area to short. And if we can get closer to green area, that's a good area to buy usually. So we'll keep an eye on that. And in terms of daily chart, look at SPX, and looks like we're getting a cycle low here by first week of June. So let's see if we get this pump to fill the stop gap, or we're going to have some decline and then we go higher. And if we look at live market, you can see here getting rejected here. If I go to 1 hour chart, looks like we did make a new high. All right, we broke out of this previous high and now we are just probably going to try to find support here. Rightly so, this is where the previous support is. Like if I want to draw a box here, this is S&P 500, this is where the box support is. So they're breaking out, back testing. So I'm expecting this support to hold and then make a new high here. Okay, so that's what we are looking for into this session. And in terms of gaps, SPY will probably open on a gap up, and but not a huge gap. So we'll see. If I go to 1 hour chart, let's go to regular trading hours. So yeah, you can see there's a gap here. So we'll keep an eye on it and see. Sorry, not here. This gap here. You can see this gap up. So this gap here. So that will be around 589, 590. So they can come to fill this gap and then keep going higher. All right. So that's what we're looking for. And this is daily chart gaps. Again, there is a gap at the top. So I think most likely they're going to go fill this top gap first. So from here, probably we're going to go make a new high, which is around 3.33% away. And then probably going to come back later to fill this gap. Triple Q's Nasdaq, similar story. Looks like it wants to go make new highs here around 539. So from where we are right now, looking for maybe another 3% higher. All right. And then probably then we're going to come back probably to start to fill some of these gaps. So let's see how things shape up here. This is Dow Jones looking not interesting, just kind of flat. Maybe they want to fill this bottom gap before they go higher. And this is Russell. And Russell is also, let's see where they want to go, right in the middle of both gaps. Bitcoin. All right, so Bitcoin is now first time below 10 moving average, but it's finding support on this white line, which is 20 moving average. So a little bit of weakness showing here, but as long as this support holds, I think everything is good. You can see Bitcoin is developing some kind of a support here on this area. So let's see if as long as this support holds and this white 20 moving average is rising, and that can act as a support, and then we can still go to make a new high. Ethereum breakout. So you can see broke out of this 200 SMA today and then gave it all back. But again, I think session is just gonna start and they're gonna start pumping Bitcoin higher and higher. We'll keep an eye on that. This is gaps. So in case they decide to fill some of the gaps, just remember there's a gap around 97K and there's a gap around 91K. And on Ethereum, the gap is all the way to 1707. On the top side, there's a big gap here around 3308. So they could still go higher and fill this gap around 22% away on Ethereum. So keep an eye. NVDA looking very, very interesting. Like I said, opening on a gap up, 5.3%. Now, this was a deep sea gap. You can see gap down here. And they're opening right there. You can see this is a big gap down. They filled the gap. Now let's see if they're gonna again this gap down. They're gonna start selling off again from here, or they're gonna go higher to make a new all-time high. So we'll keep an eye on it. I personally think even if they come back lower to fill this gap, eventually they're gonna go higher. So I'll be looking to sell somewhere around 153 area, but also there's also a flag pattern at play here. So even if let's say this flag here, let's say if it broke out here, and depending on the when flag breaks out, which is today, I think most likely we're going to hit 150 to 153 previous all-time high. So I think that's happening regardless of which way we want to think. All right, so keep an eye on that. Tesla was very, very bullish and then they gave back yesterday, but again trying to pump today. And Apple is another good long-term play. Yesterday gave most of the gains back, but again today recovering and going higher. Netflix was already going higher. AVGO is the next chip stock. Earnings is on next Thursday. So we'll see how this thing goes, but it's already near new all-time high. Okay. So semiconductor stocks are pumping, which is rightly so. They should after NVDA earnings week. Hang Seng Index right in front of few gaps. Bond market still very weak but in good support area. So bond traders should find some support here, and they could try to pick up from here. What else is interesting? ITB home builders still very weak, getting a 8 counts buy signal. Last time we got it, it pumped. So we'll see. We will keep an eye on it. XLV also very weak here. Commodities, oil still not able to go above this yellow trend line. Still looking weak. Natural gas just going nowhere. Gold miners. Gold is finally taking a bid. That's going to help gold miners to go higher. So we'll see still a lower high if it gets rejected and make a new low. We'll keep an eye on this. Silver will just follow gold, and dollar index is got rejected actually. Came to this yellow area, got rejected, and we'll see which way it goes. Apart from that, I think all tech stocks are ready to bounce. AMD also up 2.3%, ready to bounce. And Shopify here also looking good, trying to fill this gap which was created a week ago. And MSTR MicroStrategy again could fill this gap around 351 or could go higher and fill this gap around 399. So right now kind of in the middle, all depends on Bitcoin how it does. UNH looking like it's building base, finding resistance on this green line. I'm not able to close above this green line, 10 moving average. So our daily close would be bullish. Just one thing on weekly, we're getting a 7 counts buy signal. So keep that in mind. That could act as a nice first bottoming area. You can see here 7 counts, 8 counts bounce, 7, 8 bounce, 7, 8 bounce, 7 counts bounce. So yeah, so we could be expecting a bounce. So for long-term hold, this could be in a good area for you to buy. VIX is again, let's see if it wants to bounce or go lower, but it looks like it could go fill this gap at 17, and then if that fails, around 14 area. We'll keep an eye on all this. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Hit the like button, and if you want to know more about these levels, buy and sell levels, you can make tons of money here. You know when to buy, when to sell. Click the join button on the description of this video, bottom left, and join my Discord channel. There's a link in the description of this video. Let me know user ID. Once you become a member, let me know user ID. I share these levels of all the indices and individual stocks. I buy and sell there. On Bitcoin, I share levels for free. So if you're only for Bitcoin, you get levels for free. So you can just join the Discord channel. Okay, guys, that's it. Thank you. Later. Bye.